We were definitely behaving pre-stream. We were really, really behaving ourselves pre-stream.
Hello.
I like how we can tell it's my fault too.
Don't pay any attention to the Fantasy Grounds chat on the left. Don't look at it. It's not real.
Adil and Lisa are switched again. If someone can fix their portraits, that would be great.
I'm Tula now.
I'm the Tula now. Oh boy!
Anyway,
all right.
Good morning, good afternoon,
We'll be
good
professional
evening.
now.
This is the Truman Show.
Good evening. This is
Have you watched that
movie?
movie? The Truman
No.
Show? Oh my god, it's so
A million
good.
years ago, yeah.
Really? Oh, it's such a good. It's like about. It's Jim Carrey's in it, but playing like a serious role, which is always fun. And the premise is that there's this kid who, since like his gestation, has been on television his entire fucking life. He lives in a town that was built and is staffed full of extras. No one in his entire life is an actual like real person. They're all actors. And like it's this giant reality TV thing because he's the only person that doesn't know what's happening. He thinks that this is just how life is like. And then one day, you know, he starts to figure it out. And that's the movie. It's really good. It's a really good movie.
Well,
Anyway, sorry.
Oh yay! No, you're fine. After this game, go watch that movie because I might, because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
I'm composed now. Welcome to Deep Space Five. Let's start off with some of our sponsors. One of which we discovered a nice new feature. Okay,
Yeah.
so Fantasy Grounds is our dice roller of choice. We just discovered that if you drag someone else's text, it'll copy it into the text box and you can scream Daddy's home over and over, just nonstop, right before the game. So everyone is crying, laughing before you come in. So great. Thanks to Fantasy Grounds. Great feature. Be sure to use it in your game. We're also sponsored by Whaling Games. You could go to whalinggames.co.uk and get yourself minis for 20% off and tabletop loot, which if you can win some dice, some sweet dice at the end of the game, and you can go to tabletoploot.com to see what dice you can win in a session. And if you want more information that is not filled with giggles, you could do !sponsor, find out more. But don't you forget about that Fantasy Grounds feature, because it's amazing.
Here's a quick question. If there was a dice set that was the dad dice, what color would it be?
I think Will has to determine that, but I feel like maybe blue, like some sort of
blue, like a dad color. I feel like
I
green.
give it a gender roles.
Blue is my color.
What's your color, Dad?
Blue is definitely my color, so yeah.
Okay, disembodied voice dad says blue.
Nailed
Thanks,
it.
Dad.
Is there a blue plaid dice?
Oh my god, yes. Plaid would
No,
totally
one
be
is
the dad
stripe and one
dice.
is plaid. They do not match.
They don't
Oh my
match.
god, beautiful.
What's the color of socks with sandals? Put it in the chat.
And dice, socks with sandals.
Oh man, can we get some of those, please? Tabletop loot. Can we get some dad dice?
Add dice for tonight, please.
It has
All right.
mustaches on it.
So we've had quite the start to our game, but let's go ahead and go around and introduce ourselves. And we'll start with Kadeel, the most composed person in this room.
Because it's my fault. You're welcome. Hi, I'm Patil. You can find me online at TwittySuch, TwittySuch. I haven't used Twitter in like 2 weeks, so follow it or don't. I don't care. What I have been using is Instagram. That shit's lit. I post knitting stuff on there now. That's pretty much all I do. On Thursdays, you can find me elsewhere. But I play Tamal, who's a Vulcan. She's very sexy. She's killed somebody with a necklace. Yay. Lisa, it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, we're doing popcorn introductions. My name
just
is
decided
Lisa
that
Chen.
just now.
At Merciful DM on Twitter. I am the community manager for the D&D Adventurers League, as well as the Dungeon Masters Guild. So if you like D&D stuff and tabletop RPG things in general, give me a follow. Check me out. Oh, and I play Tula. Are we talking about our characters?
Yeah, you could say it. Talk about Tula.
Yeah, I play Tula, who is an elderly Betazoid woman with a mysterious past with the Obsidian Order, and she is about to die, so none of this really matters.
I think honestly we're
Blue
all
Jay's
about to
turn.
die. So it's fine. I was like, Kayla was talking about the number of episodes that we have left, and I was just like, okay, so I guess this one will be the one where we die, and the other ones will be us playing former NPCs back on Deep Space Nine who are just really sad. It'll just be 3 episodes of being really sad that everyone died. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the drama that will be the rest of this show. My name is Blue Jay. I am always full of drama, so you can find me most days at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712 or on my Patreon where you can see my butt. Yep, I just
Cutie
said
with
that.
a booty.
And I'm playing Lidra O'Don, whose symbiont, she's a Trill. She's a Trill science officer, and her symbiont once had the utmost pleasure of making out with Beverly Crusher, who probably also had a nice butt because the person who played her was also a choreographer and did the choreography for Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Of course
Bet
she
you
has a
didn't
nice
know that.
booty.
It's got a
Yeah,
nice
of
butt.
course she has a nice booty. Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna say
that-
this is hashtag Deep Space Fine. We probably all have great
Yeah.
butts.
Mhm.
It's true.
character.
In and
maybe
out of character. I mean, like, you'll never know because we'll be sitting on them for this entire show, but just-
Yeah.
Wow, Kayla, way to be professional.
oh my god, how dare.
Was that your mom? Because Kayla legit called that her mom would call during the show.
Don't even.
Really? Did you
Yeah.
say that your mom was going to call you?
Yep.
She was like,
It
she's
happened.
gonna call me during the show, I know it.
Well, it happened.
Bye, Mom. Um,
Every booty is 8 out of 8. That's every booty is rated 8 out of 8 because they're all great. It's done.
All great.
I have
well,
booty under my focuses. Nice booty.
Yes. Yeah, I have a nice booty also under my focuses.
Value is ass man.
Will hates us. Sorry, Will. I know you hate this, but you know, whatever. Hold on, let me take a sip of this
He's
stupid
like-
bitch juice real quick.
Just tell Mom that I said hi.
This show is literally the redheaded stepchild of Encounter Roleplay, so it's fine.
Still a little goofy tonight. It's fine. I'm Kayla. I live on the internet at the name that's under my face. You can find me everywhere on that, and I do stuff, including this, and also talk about butts, I guess. To go over what happened last time, we had joins the fray on here, causing mayhem as an agent of Section 31 who came out to maybe eradicate everything, but definitely didn't do that, and also blew up half the ship. And now you are crashing into a nearby planet.
Cool, thanks
So-
for nothing, TK.
Yeah, specifically, Tamal is screaming about being
I'm
full
screaming
of
and full of
spores.
spores.
Yes.
And I have Lidra's unconscious body in my arms as I'm staggering
Yes.
in some direction away from an explosion.
Yes.
I was just thinking before this episode about all of the wonderful life-saving things I was going to do, and I forgot that I was unconscious. So we're lost, y'all. I was
Yeah,
like, we're all
we're doomed.
toast.
We
We're not
This
done
so
planet is going
goofy.
to be.
Are trying to delay the inevitable, Kayla.
It's fine. It'll be fine. So were you heading back, refresh my memory personally, were you heading back to the bridge? Because I believe that's where Tamal currently is. Is that correct?
That is where I
Probably-
am.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I know Tamal has just inhaled a bunch of spores, and no one is piloting the ship.
Right.
Don't know if it matters because we've exploded, but that's where I'm dragging Lidra or carrying Lidra.
Okay. So I don't know. Tamal, are you still screaming? Like, how long is the
Oh
scream?
yeah, I'm full of spores, Kayla.
Also, like, she
Some
was
monster put
screaming
spores in my
because
mouth.
she was screaming because she was full of spores, but then the ship exploded. So then new screams probably also.
Yeah, it's really just me.
And I can't
New
drive.
screams.
and it's
I
also
can't drive with those
partially.
spores.
It's also partially because, like, when a Vulcan loses control of their emotions, they really fucking lose control.
I don't
Right.
know that
Relatable.
to be real. Bless Tamal's heart.
Yeah.
It
me.
So the ship is tilting slowly forward and is
Love
falling into this planet. So what do you all do? I guess I don't know, Lidra, how long you were just knocked
It's usually,
unconscious.
I think it's just
I
like
don't-
the scene or until I get
Yeah,
treatment.
so I feel
think
like
it's just until I get treatment.
we can either say that or the scene has changed. So if she brings you in there, we'll say that you just kind of wake up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can like a rogue medical device kind of be just like falling through the ship as it tilts, and I just pick it up and stab Lidra with it? Yeah.
Yes.
It's useless.
The cargo bay that exploded sent hypo sprays flying through the ship. So just grab one and we're fine.
Yeah. Cool. Did it.
All right.
Thank you for medicining me.
You're practically a doctor
I've
now,
been hypo
Tula.
sprayed a lot, so I know how to use them.
You're just like while you're running, dragging my unconscious form. You're like looking at the hypo spray, programming in what you need to like wake up, and then and then I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh god, we have to. Where's Agent Thorne? And like I'm
There's
just kind of like.
There's not enough time to explain. We have to get to the bridge, and I still have my comm badge. I'm gonna go boop boop. Tamal, are you there? Boop 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 boop. And then I try the other comm badge too.
You just hear
I
like
have
disembodied
to.
screaming of "I can't drive. I'm full of spores."
And then Lidra, like, I feel like a little bit once she gains consciousness and starts to realize what's happening, it's like, oh my god, we're gonna crash into the planet, and like just gets herself up like out of Tola's arms and also starts running towards the bridge.
Astute observation, fearless leader.
Not fearless at all. And she's like kind of panicking while she's running. And then I'd assume like when we get to the bridge, I take a look at the screaming Tamal and I slap her in the face and I was like, get a hold of yourself.
I will like jolt and be like, Blue Jay. I'll like jolt and be like, yes, you are correct. I must get a hold of my emotions.
I am
all
full of
spores.
spores.
We are all full.
That's literally the reason why we're all on this stupid ship in the first place. It's because we've been infected. We have to do something. And then I like turn to the control panels, and I'm just looking for like anything that can help. I have like a 2 in con, so
No, we're gonna do a task to see if you're gonna, I assume, attempt to make the ship not crash or crash as little as possible.
I would like as
I
little
help?
crashing as possible.
Yes, you can
I'd like to
assist.
help.
Actually.
Yes.
So
Please.
basically, this will be a daring and con check with a difficulty of 3, increased to 4 by the complication of the ship crashing. But
Okay.
you also have Tula's assistance in this check.
Oh crap! How do we have any
I have-
momentum?
We do. Can I have Tamal help too?
Yes.
Okay, we all
Yeah,
have.
I think you can do 2. I think it specifies 1 in the book, but I don't mind it being 2. Like, I don't mind you all 3 helping.
Okay. I have that we have 1 momentum, which obviously needs to be used because I do not have a great score. Do I have anything that's going to help with this? Engineering, science, reason, control, science.
Would evasive action work? Like we're evading crashing into the planet?
Okay,
That's
There's a point.
Okay, whatever.
Here, I have one of my previous hosts was a stunt pilot.
Well, there you go.
So
That would help.
I have a focus of piloting
Oh my gosh. You
from a
trill.
previous host. Yeah, I know. It'll help,
Nice.
but I don't know. Here, I'll just put my host that was a stunt pilot. Their name was Halbeck Odon. And they were a stunt pilot. Here, I'm writing it down.
I'm writing it down. It's law.
It's law
It is
now.
law.
I had to say.
Anime
So
is
I
real.
I have a focus now, and you said it's daring and con.
It is.
Can I say that it's control and con because I'm doing it like not trying to. I'm trying to be more like mechanical and focused, and less like just push all the buttons and do whatever.
Yes, I will allow that. I was thinking daring because this is sort of like harrowing, but if you are keeping cool under the pressure, I will say that makes sense.
Emotion in a crisis only makes things worse is one of my values.
Meanwhile, Tamal's screaming.
Yeah.
Okay, so control and con for me. I have a focus in piloting now. I'm using one momentum to get an extra die.
And we're both
I
helping.
help. Okay, so I have to get 12 or lower.
And I think each of you add the dice, like you roll a d20.
We can
You
do
roll
one
your
d20.
3
Oh,
successes!
look at how good that is!
Hot diggity damn!
Oh no,
None
we
of
suck.
neither
We did
were any help
awful.
at
I'm
all.
sorry.
So we got 3 out of 4, I guess. I
Yeah.
tried.
Okay.
My con is
so,
only 2, and I couldn't roll under a 2, so we're gonna crash and die.
and I think
Do you
that
have
Well,
anything that helps-
short show, everybody.
do you
and
have
I think
anything that allows you to re-roll any kind of like stunts like this? Either of you?
Now I can diffuse tension, and I can interrogate the ship. Why are you crashing?
Wait, this isn't an extended task, damn. Meh. Okay. I can't do anything else. I tried my best.
so. Look,
When you
basically,
try your best, then you don't succeed.
a 20 adds a complication, I believe, doesn't it? When you roll a
It does.
20.
It really does.
Oh no, I did really bad. Wait. But it's because I help. Isn't it like when you help,
Wait.
nothing bad can happen from?
No. It's
Failing?
fine. I have a crit. I see it on my screen.
Yeah, you can use that. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's supposed to be a good dice,
crit
even though this
would be-
that's bad.
A crit would give me 2 successes, which would put it up to 4 instead of 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
How am I the only
But
one who
how
got a
about,
crit?
because there's a
Chat, what the
complication,
frick?
should I use
No,
mine
they're on.
to replace for 20?
Oh,
No, you
replace
can save yours. Save yours. We were successful with the complication. That's
Okay.
fine,
Alright. Okay.
but I'm going to use it to bump it from an unsuccess to a success.
Yay!
Awesome. Yay.
Yeah, so basically, we're taking the 20s that were given as good, even though, I don't know, where's mine?
Yeah, even though it's supposed to be 1, but it's fine.
Because these are red
Oh, I
on
think
these.
Yeah, I think what this looks like is Lidra kind of like you can see her looking at the console, the con console, not like the captain's chair or whatever. She's looking at it and she's like reading all the information that it's giving her, and she's starting to do stuff that she like basically knows, like redirecting power to shields and like trying to like seal off the like port area or whatever. And while she's like typing, like pushing all of these buttons, there's a presence, a memory of doing this sort of work from Halbeck Odon, and like all of a sudden she is kind of like tied in with the memory of this host who probably doesn't come up very often considering like the life that she leads. And she starts like shouting out things for Tola and Tamal to do, which of course they don't hear or do well. Like, I think I'm just confusing both of you because I'm treating you like people who are like more experienced than you are or something. And then whatever happens, but like that's what it looks like.
Cool.
Yeah.
With my 20, I fall over onto the control panel.
No, I feel like the complication of what happened would probably be that Tula, you specifically pushed one button wrong, and a section of the ship breaks off, and you lose a couple people. So
Oh,
a couple
no.
people fly off
Was
the
there
ship.
a key on that part of the ship?
I don't know.
Oopsies.
Oh.
So you successfully managed to pilot the ship into the planet and kind of pull it up a little bit. So the crash, I mean, it still crashes, but it's a landing it's a little better. You kind of diverted into some trees rather than hitting like a rocky canyon that you could have hit. So it kind of lands in the tops of these trees, tilted down, and slows to a halt. And you see outside of the window all of these bird-like creatures fly up into the air. And pieces of the ship are just falling off or just open to the atmosphere, which you are able to breathe. There's no issue there. And gravity seems about normal. Like, you don't notice a huge difference in the gravity or anything like that. You do notice that it is getting kind of late in the day there, but you're not really sure how long a day lasts there or when it's going to be night.
I think that we're all kind of thrown around the bridge with the emergency landing, and I push myself up off of like wherever I landed and look around. I'm like, "Are you okay? Are you, Tamal? Is everyone?"
I'll straighten myself up and dust off and just say, "Well done, fearless leader. I guess we live to see another day. Lucky
stop
us."
calling me
And I cough some spores.
And when I see
Tamal.
kind of remember that we've just infected this entire planet with this spore creature, and there's this horrible terror that she shoves down, but it's definitely there when she sees you cough and remembers why we were all here in the first place.
Feels bad.
Oopsies.
Oops.
So you see a couple civilians kind of wander up to the bridge. They're all very shaken up and bruised, and there's a lot of people, many people injured. Luckily, among one of the first people to come to you is the remaining engineer, whose name I wrote down because he had a name.
Yay!
I think it was Colbert. Colbert, the human Colbert. I think Colbert. He was the remaining officer. So he approaches you. He is pretty injured, but he's already ready to get to work on some sort of communications to get you in touch with Deep Space Nine, so you can try and figure out how to get off of this planet, or if you can.
Tamal, you're, I guess, our chief medical officer, considering we should figure out what all medical supplies we have left and try and help these people.
Okay. Tamal will start looking through the wreckage for medical supplies and triaging people who are worse off than people who can help themselves a little bit better.
Okay. So I assume you kind of head over to what is left of that little medical area that you created. As you kind of enter that little area, everything's fallen over, crates are broken. The little tent that had been made has been partially draped over a little crate. And you're looking around trying to find something, and you see a little girl. But it's not the little girl that you saw on the ship before that you had talked to, Clara. Side note.
She's been abducted.
Yeah, but she's gone. So there's this other little girl who looks like a little Vulcan girl and looks a lot like you, actually. And she's in the corner crying.
I will attempt to do a comfort. I will approach the small child. I recognize that it looks like me, so some weird shit's about to happen, because I know how Kayla works. I will go over to little girl. And can I, like, give a slightly reassuring yet awkward pat on the shoulder?
Sure, you can. Do you want to roll a task for that? Like,
No, I don't. I just want to make sure she's not a hologram or something weird.
yeah, I mean,
Because I don't think I didn't run into this girl on the ship before, right?
No, I mean, you get closer to her and you realize it's literally you from another time, and you
Cool.
are able to pat her on the shoulder. Like you,
It
as
was
far as you
weird.
know, she's physically there.
Okay. Well, if I know that it's me from another time, I will quickly remove my hand to avoid touching my doppelganger and like ripping open a space-time continuum hole, as every other sci-fi show tells you never touch yourself or mess with time. I will ask her why she's crying, though.
She doesn't seem to really acknowledge that you're there, but you also hear kind of from further down the ship into the wreckage, you're a really familiar woman's voice call out, saying, "Small, come here." And the girl kind of snaps to attention and runs off down into this like dark, broken down section of the ship.
Well, my name is being called, so I also run towards my name.
Naturally. So you run into the wreckage. Are you going to try to follow her? It's kind of, it's very broken down. There's a lot to jump over and different things like that. I feel like I want to do it.
Follow. You want to do what? I'm sorry, you broke up.
I would like to do a task for this, and I lost the page that task stuff's on. After I told Lisa, I was like, I don't need the book today. And then
It's okay. I lost my character sheet again, so.
I played myself. You lost it again?
Yeah.
Ow.
I don't know.
You just keep it in your Google Drive. Just like have it in your drive at all times.
That makes too much sense. I'm sorry. I need to have separate copies for every machine I use on a daily basis.
You know what? I'm going to send it to you again right now.
I've been through a lot today, okay? Like, let me live.
Do you want to talk about how difficult it is to run through the debris while I do this? No, that's fine.
Are you talking? Or are you just...
Okay, I have this section for extended tasks open, okay?
Bless you. I was trying to find like what a normal task would be for jumping through stuff and running and...
Oh, that would be fitness and security.
There we go. So it'll be a fitness and security with a difficulty of 2. And Hadil's going to rejoin the call because her audio is messed up.
Oh.
So while she is doing that, actually, Tula and Lidra, what are you two doing?
I am trying to get a like a head count of everyone that's present while dealing with emergency medical things that have come up.
Tula is going to go through what's left of the ship and try to sense if there's anybody trapped anywhere, not coming out for roll call or what have you.
Okay. As you're doing this, you see Tamal run by. Oh, thank you for the
Thank you.
Thank you. You see Tamal kind of run by and go into this very dangerous looking section of debris. And you don't see that she's facing anything in particular. She's just running with a purpose towards it.
Live fast, die young, y'all.
Tamal, I call after her. Tamal, dear.
I will just continue to run.
It seems unusual and potentially dangerous, so I will try to follow Tamal.
Okay.
You wouldn't go into that section, my dear. You're going to hurt yourself.
He's just like ignoring Tula, like, I do not care.
I must go.
I'm gonna start.
My people need me.
Doing
People
the beep boop. Tamal, I don't know if you can hear me, but why are you running in that direction, beep boop?
Does it come over my thing?
Yeah, like she has a direct line to both of you, and I'm sure Lidra hears it too. It's probably, I don't think you know how to like call one person. You're probably always on speakerphone with everyone. You don't know.
So yeah, when I hear over the thing like that, what did you say exactly?
Why are you running? I'm not sure if you can hear me. Why are you running over there?
Right. So I hear that like Tamal is running somewhere, and I like turn to look, and she's just like running into the ship.
Yeah, she's
And
running into like a really dangerous, like part of it that's just completely broken.
Good. Excellent. This has definitely got nothing to do with the scores. I turn to whoever was next to me and I hand them my pad and I say, continue taking a head count. I have an emergency. And I like turn and run towards Tola and Tamal with my phaser that I have because this is a dangerous planet.
It is dangerous. And actually, the person who took your pad was Peter, who sucks and is like, fine, I'll do it.
Survived.
Yeah, he survived.
Tula accidentally launched some people off the ship.
She was like, "Where's Peter?" And he's there. So he keeps checking people in for you to see what's going on.
Lidra, I'm not sure if you heard over my communicator, and I like gesture to it. Tamal has run over there.
Okay, well, let's go find her because this sounds exactly like one of those awful nightmarish visions that I had. I was seeing things in places that weren't there, and if she's running into that section of the ship, she's in danger no matter what's going on. So, come on, you can help.
This sounds like a mission for the chief morale officer. I agree.
Oh my god, I hate that. I hate it so much.
Let me die in this ship.
Okay, well, we run after Tamal until we get to the actual body of the ship, and then I would like to like hold out my hand and hold up my phaser and like slowly approach to like try not to jostle the crash too much. It's obviously dangerous, so I'm just like, I've got my phaser out. I'm like slowly kind of trying to creep along. I've got like a flashlight on or something. I don't know. The emergency bags have lots of things in them. It's fine.
Do we see Tamal? Like, how far away are we from her?
I would say if you both went after her, Tula, you stopped to inform Lidra of what was going on. Tamal
run and talk.
Yeah, run and talk at the same time. Tamal has already entered the debris. So you have kind of lost sight of her, but you know she's kind of inside where that is, and she's moving through it. And Tamal, you are just aggressively following your small self through the debris. Yeah. You keep hearing that woman's voice call, and you recognize it as your mother, just calling for you. And you kind of push through some debris. You get some knocked against you. It's very harrowing. You're trying to keep up, and you manage to break through to what used to be one of the living quarter rooms. So it's pretty open. It's still the ship still has a little bit of power running through it in some areas. So there's some lights kind of shining around the room and flickering. Things are flung all about the room, and you see your younger self kind of over in the corner, standing in front of a figure that looks like your mother, but she's just covered in fungus and she's like plastered to the wall and just kind of talking to the small version of yourself who's crying.
Okay. I will listen into the conversation, but I won't get any closer because I am now horrified. Thanks.
It just seems like they're having a conversation you've had many times with your mom. I don't know that your mother was ever very positive about you. Is that correct?
Yes.
With her,
It was never positive nor negative. It was just very neutral.
Yeah, she's pretty much kind of flatly telling you things that you did wrong and how you need to be better at holding in your emotions, and you need to work on your meditation. All things that to this day kind of have plagued you lately. Just kind of picking at things, insecurities that you have. And she also, you hear her bring up as she looks down at the small version of you, she's just like, why can't you be more like Anval? Why can't you be more like her? And you just see like this fungus like dripping out of her mouth as she's talking. But the small version of you doesn't seem to acknowledge that that's happening. She's just crying.
I will say to no one in particular, I'm like, Anval is dead, and like kind of back away, but I'm intrigued and horrified by all of this.
As you try to back away, there's now a wall of fungus behind you. You're just completely trapped in this room.
Okay. Well, guess I'll die. We'll approach my weird fungus mom.
As you kind of walk up to her, the small version of yourself disappears and it's just you, and she's looking down at you, and she reaches down for you to kind of try to pull you into a hug, and she just looks at you and she's like, it's okay, I forgive you.
So does she hug me, or
she's waiting?
She's gonna eat you. Don't let her touch you. It's Perrin. She's gonna swallow you whole.
My instinct would to be suspicious that my mother would want to give me physical affection, just not her way. So I would just be like trying to like look for a way out of this situation because something is wrong. This is incorrect.
I like how what you find incorrect is not the fact that she's covered in fungus and hanging off the walls. Just she's trying to hug you.
Yeah. Don't come for me, Kayla. I'm full of spores.
I'm full of spores and I can't drive.
I can't drive.
I will say you are not of the right mind right now. Your brain is very fuzzy. Part of you almost believes that this is normal. So I would like for you to do a insight check. I'm trying to think. Insight and...
Would that be reason?
I think so, yeah.
I think minus... Okay, so the attributes start as 7, right, Blue Jay? Like very... Okay, yes. So yes. I would have 10.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I will roll my... Is it 2d20 again?
So you probably do science and reason, I think.
Okay.
With
your reason should be fairly high.
Yeah, and your science. So you're beautiful. So we'll do a normal difficulty of 2, but it's increased with the complication of the fact that you're filled with spores and can't drive. So it's going to be a
It's /die.
Yeah,
space 2d20.
Also, we don't have any momentum for you. I'm sorry. Do you have anything that helps you with reason or science tasks?
No, I'm gonna roll these die. Hey, 2 successes.
Hey.
It's fine.
Do you have a focus that will help you with knowing what's real and what's not?
Let's see. No, most of mine are like medical. So I have triage, virology, trauma surgery, infectious diseases, and medicine.
Yeah, I was looking at your values.
The values don't give you the double success, though, and that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I was wondering if she could roleplay one of her values, but the one that stands out to me the most is Blue Jay Angry Face. It's a value.
That stands out to me as well.
So even though you got 2 successes, you did not manage to fully succeed in this task, and you think that this is totally normal. You don't question it. So you're compelled to at least semi-reciprocate what's going on.
Okay, I will
That
take a step forward and reach out to her.
okay. Lidra and Tula, what are you two doing?
Have we heard
kind of
any of
behind you.
Tamal speaking or moving?
I don't think that she hasn't really said much, and I don't know that you would have heard from in there.
Can
You do
I,
know something
with my
about what's
path
dead.
abilities, am I able to sense where she is in the wreckage?
Oh yeah, you'd be able to track her down, and you also
Okay.
sense that you are also able to just like easily sense that something's not right. That she seemed confused for a second, and then now she's totally fine.
Weird. All right. Well, then I will cautiously move into the wreckage, both trying not to disturb the debris, but also feeling like there's something up. So I like go over to one piece of wreckage and kind of like put my back against it and look over, and then I go over to the next one. I'm being stealthy, is what I'm saying. Don't laugh at me. Why are you laughing at me? Stop.
And Lidra's watching you like with a phaser in her.
Oh no, I'm definitely like I'm just like I'm shining a flashlight and trying not to touch anything, and she's doing the like James Bond Pink Panther bullshit, and I'm just like, do you know where she is? Did you see something coming here after her? What are you doing?
And I'm just like, and like being really quiet and stealthy.
She's like, why are you like this?
Why? There's nothing. Okay. I
Just, okay.
looking for signs of Tamal since Tulla is not giving me any direction.
I do a somersault across the path over to the next piece of rubble.
Oh my god.
She's got to cram
Really
all
make-
these skills.
We make our way to Tamal.
Yes, eventually, after somersaulting
Yeah.
So what you end up reaching is just this solid wall of like fungus that's just blocking.
see it?
Yeah, you can see it. It just seems like it's like blocking your entryway to wherever you sense Tamal is.
Tulla, step back, and I aim my phaser at the wall.
Oh, this is very
Nice. And it-
attractive, Tula says as she steps back.
Oh god. I set the phaser like a low setting so that it will it's like not to stun but to like 3 out of 10 or something, and I aim at the wall and I'm gonna just try and like burn it away without damaging anything that's on the other side.
Okay, I mean, I feel like that's probably not that difficult. It's just right in front of you, and
The wall, yeah.
Yeah.
If there's nothing complicating about it, then it's probably fine.
so you do that, and as you shoot it, you can hear just like these screaming noises, these little tiny little screams coming from the fungus as it just like curls away.
Ooh.
And
They
as you
tiny
look in,
The-
yeah, no, just tiny little screams. As you look in, you see that Tamal is standing right in front of Perrin, who is back in her very large, very imposing form, and she's just like, her mouth is open and it's like over Tamal's head, and she's getting ready to just like,
I shoot Perrin.
okay.
Do it.
And this requires a roll.
I think, and then as far as how an initiative works in this game, I think it's based upon what makes the most sense, which is really nice. So this
Yeah.
would definitely put you like, and it's a surprise attack here. I'm going back to the combat pages. Hang on.
Shot is I think control plus daring, or daring plus security, or no, control plus security for shooting. Daring is melee.
I don't think that shooting someone is contested. It's just melee. Is that correct?
So making an attack, the attacker chooses the weapon, the attacker then nominates a target, lethal or non-lethal, and then for a ranged attack, it's a control plus security with a difficulty of 2, and it's not opposed.
Yes. Okay, cool. And we will say that this is it says if you're within reach, it increases by 1. So you stepped into the room, but you didn't go any further. You just shot from where you were.
I shot from where I am, but there's definitely a the complication range increases if there are creatures within reach of the target.
So I don't know if
the fact that Jamal is standing right there means that the complication range is like 19 to 20 and not just 20, I think.
Yeah, I would say, because there's the risk of hitting her, because like her parent's whole body is kind of like around, getting ready to just like.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a regular 2, difficulty 2, but the complications are higher, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and it's control plus security, so let's hope for another set of good rolls, I guess, because we do not yet have any momentum. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can do that might help with that. Combat momentum spends.
I think you can do momentum. You're just going to add to my threat if you do it.
Right, yeah, because it's like, I can, yeah, okay. All right. I think that I'm just gonna have to go for it. Can I like
Save
minor
me.
action? I don't have time to aim. Can a minor action aim?
Yeah, because I think
Is
you
it
already
minor
had the weapon drawn, so aiming would count as a minor action at that point.
Okay, cool. Then I'll do aim and then attack, so I have a chance to reroll one of my d20s. Which I need to do. Thank God I'm a 19. Yeah, so then aiming, I can reroll a single d20. So I will do that. And fingers crossed. We got it. We got there.
Yay!
We got there. Unfortunately, my security is a 1, so neither of them gives us momentum, but we did it.
Great.
And now you get some damage.
Yes. So my security is only 1, so that's 1 die, and then I think that the phaser is 2. I forgot where the weapons are.
Me too. Let's see.
Weapons.
Weapons, please.
Where do weapons be?
Technology and equipment, weapons, page 192.
Yeah, I'm looking at
What?
193, and it's got. There's a phaser type 1.
I think it's type. Yeah, I think it's type 1 because I'm not senior staff.
Okay.
So yeah, that's 3 dice altogether.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Die 3d6. I wish I were better at anything, but I got 3 damage and 2 effects, and the phaser has charge, I think, on it. Yeah, it has charge, which is if the character performs a minor action performs a prepare minor action before attacking, they can add 1. No, I minor action aimed. Okay, that's fine. So it's just the 3 damage, no effect.
Okay. So, do you want to describe that shot? Where did you shoot her?
I think what happens is because I had to like re-roll that 1 on aiming, it's like very important that I would have aimed, right? Because if I hadn't have done that, then I would have missed or hit them all. So I think that the thing is that I like bust down the door, like technically. I see Perrin standing over Tamal, and then I like very carefully like trying to separate in my mind the fact that like, oh God, we're gonna lose another person. Like this is awful and everything is horrible. I try and like push past that and like aim. Instead of trying to aim for like Perrin's face or like whatever's like scaring me the most, I try and hit the part of her that is most likely to like be out of the way of Tamal, but still like hurt. So like maybe like a arm or like the side of her torso or something.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say or her butt, but you know, this is a serious one.
Oh.
Her butt is on the other side.
8 out of 8.
Not her butt. Not the butt. Not the booty. All right. So yeah, you shoot her in the arm, like kind of probably if she's kind of leaning down over Tamal on her head, she has like a really long maw. And so you could probably shoot her like in the shoulder, and I feel like that would be far enough away from any of that interaction. And she just kind of like jerks and throws her head to the side, and she turns and looks at you and hisses. And at the same moment, Tamal kind of like snaps out of whatever she was thinking was normal and sees that Perrin is standing in front of her.
I scream. Also, you shot me, so I'm gonna scream.
I shot at you. I didn't shoot you.
You shot me, you a-hole.
Wow, I'm trying to save your goddamn life here.
It probably looked like she was shooting your mom until you snapped out of it, which you were probably like,
Oh,
I don't know how you
ouch.
would react to that. But
Tula had run forward. I was going to grapple Tamal and pull her away, but she's screaming now that I'm up there.
Suggest the merch for Will here. Blue Jay shot your mom would be a great shirt.
Yes.
Thank you.
you just shut your mom. There's like old Western font.
So good. No, it has to be Star Trek font.
That's so yes. Well, I guess Tamal is acclimating to what's happening. So Tula, you probably have a moment to react before Perrin recovers herself and figures out fully what's going on.
I was about to grab Tamal and move her away. She seems back to her senses. But is she really, though? I'm still worried about Tamal. I'm going to grab her and just move her away if I can. If that's a thing I can possibly do. Just to run away from Perrin.
Yeah, I feel like just moving.
So normally you can grapple instead of attacking, but now that Tamal is not under Perrin's spell, I don't know if do you want me to make a grapple check? I can do that.
I actually think maybe just a minor action of guarding would be fine if you want to, because I think guarding,
Okay.
because you can do a minor action of moving and then a task of guarding, which is you find a defensible position.
Oh. Okay, cool. I don't know what page that's on.
173. So it says the character finds some defensible position, focuses on their surroundings, or otherwise gains additional readiness for attack. This is a task with a difficulty of 0, and success increases the difficulty of any attacks made against the character by +1 until the start of that character's next turn.
That's sort of like, I guess, dodging in D&D. But I don't really want to guard myself. I want to guard Tamal. So if that's not really a thing that makes sense to do, I guess Tamal runs up with the intention of pulling, or Tula runs up with the intention of pulling Tamal back, notices that Tamal is no longer mesmerized, and then I guess I'll just punch Perrin.
You're just like, she's fine.
She's fine, yeah. Oh, you're screaming in my face, and I just turn and I punch Perrin.
Okay.
So that will be, let's see.
And
I thought making an attack, daring plus security.
And it's opposed if you're melee.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I forgot.
Slash die 2d20. I need an 11 or lower, and I have a focus in hand-to-hand combat. So, I got 1 success, which counts as 2. No, it doesn't. Yeah,
No.
1 success.
She got 2 successes.
Oh no!
Rip
What does that
Tula.
mean? If the target wins the opposed task, then they are considered to have made a successful attack instead. No, who made this game?
Who did this? Who did
Can I
this?
use my? I don't know if I want to waste my. I have that crit that Jim gave us.
That's true. You do.
It would still just be if you use the crit, then
Then we'd still be. We just have been even.
no, because the crit is 2 successes, so you would have won.
Oh, that's true.
It's Perrin. She's the big bad.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I use that to replace my 18, so I now have 3 successes.
Okay. So both succeed technically.
No, because Perrin only had 2.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay. So, yeah. Yes.
And now she has 3, so that means that she's
Yay!
a Perrin.
I didn't know if we both technically passed the difficulty if it matters, or if it's just whoever got the most.
It's for melee. It's the whoever wins.
Okay.
If they
Gotcha.
Okay.
they're both
So then I messed up last episode, so I roll 1 + 4, so 5d6. 5d6. Not a million d6, which is I think what I rolled last
It would
time.
be nice, but
Oh wow, okay.
oh, you get
2,
3,
3, 4, 5,
4,
6,
5.
7.
7 damage plus
7
the effect, which
damage.
is not.
Yeah, so now Perrin is prone.
I think that there's a way for her to fight against that. The effect. One sec, let me check.
Can I do
I
it?
didn't remember seeing it. Um. Well, anyway, she took 5. Like, what's her resistance? Does she have any kind of like cover or armor or anything like that?
No, she doesn't. But I do. I think I can spend threat to negate complications and effects like that. Just like momentum would do that.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to spend 1 threat to prevent her from being knocked prone. But she's still going to take the damage.
Alright, so
Yeah,
7
I'm trying to
damage.
see where it is as to how many you have to spend to avoid effects, but I can't see it. I think it's 1 per effect.
Yeah, I think it's just like you said, 1 for 1.
This is a complicated system.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to discuss it. Hopefully people find it interesting and it helps them learn too. We're all
I think the only
learning.
complication is that it's a whole brand new set of rules. Like once you learn them, like it's not super complicated, but because like there's a fair bit of rules, then it's just a little harder.
It is. I did have a question, Lisa. For unarmed strike, how did you determine the level of dice that you rolled?
I got
She had-
1 from unarms from it being my fist. And then I added, I think, what is it? Security is your bonus. And I have 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Perrin is going to turn and unarmed strike you, or try to.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, all weapons gain additional damage die to their
Oops, I did something
equal
weird.
one.
What did you do?
I don't even know what I did. But I rolled real bad. How did Perrin do?
You got 2 successes. Again.
You get punched in the face by a monster.
I get punched.
I think I'm doing this right. She's really strong. I'm sorry.
What's her security rating?
5.
Okay, so you'd roll 6 die. Yeah.
Okay. So where's the table for the D6s? Do you guys have that page open?
No, it's just 1 and 2 or 1 and 2. 3 and 4 are nothing, and then 5 is 1 and 6 is 2, both with effects.
So 3 and 4 are nothing?
3 and 4 are nothing.
Okay. So actually she slashes at you and she does 4 damage.
Woo.
Nice.
She did not
Write that
roll
down
well.
somewhere. I wipe the spores off my face.
And are we allowed to do minor actions after your attack, or do you have to do it before? This is another thing I was curious about.
In the same round.
Okay, because I think Perrin would probably move up to the ceiling after that point to go clean up
Yeah.
on the ceiling. So
Okay, in any given turn in combat, the character can attempt a single task and several minor actions.
Okay.
They do not require dice to be rolled. They're often taken in support of a task. They can attempt as many minor actions as they wish. However, only the first one comes with no cost, and each minor action can only be performed once. Each minor action taken after the first costs 1 momentum.
Okay. Well, this is still her first minor action since she
so
attacked.
there's no order of operations. I don't think.
So she climbs up onto the ceiling and clings there, and she's moving for an opening to get through the debris and run. So I think Tamal's the only one who has not went in out of the 3 of you.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on. Do I still have my phaser?
Yes. Yes?
I don't think you ever put it down or anything.
I never put it
Yeah.
down. I was firing into the air. I'm like, I'm filled with spores. Okay. All right. So, how can I not disrupt the scene? Because it sounds like it looks really cool, and I don't want to mess it up.
Do whatever you want.
Cool.
She's on the ceiling.
I guess. All right.
Draw and shoot.
All right. I'll just do a pew pew. Space pew pew.
Okay. Yeah, your minor action would be to draw the weapon and then shoot. So you will not be able to aim since you did not have it drawn yet. So just a regular ranged attack.
Okay. Okay.
That's control. Too.
Control. So 12, I guess. Control is 12 for me.
Control and security is the check.
And security. Okay. For disciplines, because I'm using the old character sheet, because somebody doesn't upload it to Google Drive and instead just downloads it onto every device that she has. For disciplines, Blue Jay, is there a base number? I know with...
It's 1.
It's 1? Okay. So that's what my security is going to be, I think, is 1.
Mine is also 1, so don't worry about it.
Okay, so it'll be 7. So 12 and 1. So let's do this.
So 13, you got to roll less than a 13.
Okay,
So
so it's slash die 2d20. Got 1.
Okay,
Rip.
so
Rip.
you do not. You fail this, and I'm actually going to spend 1 threat to add a complication to this failure.
No clue.
And I'm going to say that wherever you shot ricocheted off, and it hit Tula.
How dare!
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and it is going to. I don't know if we want to roll damage on it. If you want to roll damage against Tula.
So that's
At
the
least your security is only 1. It's 3. Roll
Yeah.
3d6.
great. I'm sorry.
Tula's just gonna be like, oh, well, let's see if it does any damage first.
That's 3s and 4s. 2
Or
damage.
is it 3d6?
Yeah,
Can
roll
we-
1 more.
Can we say that because it like ricochet or whatever, it loses 1 like damage amount because it's indirect or something?
Yes.
Yeah, we can say that. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely.
Tula's just gonna clutch it. I guess, I don't know where you would have hit. My side or something. You're like, oh,
sorry.
my dear, your aim is off.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You'll just have to nurse me back to health.
Oh my god, can you stop? We're literally in the middle of a fucking emergency.
I'm dying. Let me have this.
Okay, so Karen's trying to run off.
Yes, she is trying to like for the sake of the narrative, she's trying to push some debris out of the way, but she's never control of it. But that's why she's taking her so long to get away.
Okay, so I quickly turn to Tulla and Tamal. Tulla, who's injured, and Tamal, who is not great with the weapon. Not that I'm much better, but like my last shot hit, so just like, let's say I think I'm better. And I say, both of you get out of here, get back to the rest of the crew, and see if you can find some more of those explosives. We have to close this area off. We have to trap her here. I'm gonna take care of this. And like I just basically tell them both to like leave and like turn back to where Perrin's trying to like run off. And I'm gonna aim and shoot again.
Okay.
So that's the usual control plus security. My control is 10, not 12. So I'm actually worse than you, Tamal, but you know. I have the aim, which
Oh, you got a 1.
You got a 1.
Oh, I don't actually need it. I hit, which I do 3d6 damage.
I mean, you can roll one because if you get another success, then that'll add to your momentum.
Yeah, get some momentum.
Okay, well, it isn't one.
Oh, wow.
At least it wasn't a 20. That would have sucked to re-roll and then get like that much worse. Okay, but then I'll roll the 3d6 and 3 damage again. No effect. So I'm just like pew pew pew. I'm like doing some cover fire. Like maybe I'm only like rolling to shoot once, but this is very much just like like trying to like basically distract her and like keep her from being able to like come back at us while I like tell Tulla and Tamal to run the other way. I'm looking extremely badass right now.
Yes.
FYI.
I know.
Perrin is just like hissing, and she manages to kind of pull a piece aside and get like her torso through, and she's trying to squeeze through. Do Tulla and Tamal, do you both leave as Lidra ordered, or?
I will follow her orders.
Maybe this is, well, I'm making the assumption that considering you just shot me, that you're maybe helping me up and like getting me out of the. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, totally. Remember, I have been shot too.
Wow.
My ass also got shot.
Yeah, but not by me. All
I
right,
will-
Tula.
I will help you up for now.
As Tula is being helped up by Tamal and dragged from the room, I would like to use my interrogation feature. And
Okay.
she looks up at Perrin on the ceiling and says, You feed on our crew. You eat away at our sanity to survive. Where did you come from? What are you doing here? And I'm not actually expecting a response, but I am trying to. I feel like Tula interrogates people by asking them stuff and then trying to focus on what's going on in their heads. So can I try to do that with Perrin as my interrogation?
She's like half in the wall, so it's just her butt sticking out. So I don't know that she could respond either way. She does stop, struggling to get through, and we can do a contest. I think like that can be a contested check if you want to try to.
Yeah,
We did
cool.
that
Yes,
before.
yeah.
So what?
I would like
hang
to
on.
do presence and command.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
And we'll do-
God. I rolled another 20.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, and she crit, so she got 2 successes.
Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter, but for what it's worth, I feel like persuasion or espionage or something, one of my focuses, might have been applicable, but 5 would just count as 2 successes, so it would be even.
Okay. Well, you did add a complication, so I will say you're kind of trying to probe into her mind, and you feel her push back and probe into yours.
No.
She is kind of you just feel kind of this presence moving about your brain, your memories, and everything, and
Feels bad.
it feels bad, man. You're kind of taken a familiar thing that's happened. You've reminisced a lot in this season, and there's a moment that kind of comes to your mind that Perrin has taken some interest in because it seems like one of high emotion. You're kind of taken back to Beta Z again, but it is during a funeral, and you're standing on one side of a funeral pyre, and you're looking across at an older woman's face who you're very familiar with. It's your mother-in-law, and she's looking straight at you. And for a second, you don't feel the heat on your face anymore. You feel it in your chest, and you look again and lock eyes with her, and she starts crying. And then you're just taken back to the present really quick as Perrin pulls back out of your mind.
Oof. I just glare up at Perrin as Tamal kind of scoots us out of the room. And I kind of clutch at my chest as if I still feel it.
Lidra, I think you have another opportunity to attack her before she's about to break through. But you could probably squeeze in another attack if you wanted to.
All right. Let me just see if I were to use a minor task to do that phaser thing. Let me just check what it is real quick. So a minor action, they can add area, intense, piercing 2, or vicious 1. Piercing, there's no resistance. Attack inflicts X additional damage for each effect rolled. So just 1 additional damage. I think I really need the aim because I only have an 11 in this, so I'm just gonna aim instead. So we'll just do the same thing and hope that we can incapacitate her. This is lethal. We're going in for the kill. Kill. So a 3 is a success, and then obviously we re-roll the 14 to try and get. Nope,
no.
This time it's weird. So I feel like what's happening is the target is getting smaller and smaller as she gets further away, and so my ability to aim is just lessened, right?
Yeah.
And probably if her next action is just going to be to try and escape. Is that correct?
Yeah, she's just moving. That's all she's using is movement.
So after she is completely out of sight, I would turn back to where Tola and Tamal left, and basically I'm gonna attempt to I'm not gonna try and go through where she went through. She was on the ceiling for one. But secondly, is she going further into the ship, or is she looking like she's trying to leave?
She's going back further into the ship. She seems to just be kind of retreating up into the crevices and whatever's left.
Okay, so I will also exit where Tamal and Tola exited to get out of the ship to where everyone's outside. And I'm gonna run basically past them. I'm assuming Tamal has Tola and her injuries covered. And I go up to Peter and I'm just has everyone been accounted for? Is anyone left on the ship?
Peter's just I don't know. I mean, some of those guys flew off the ship when we were trying to land. So there's potentially 1 or 2 left on the ship somewhere. We also can't find the girl Clara. I don't know where she is. She must be dead. I don't know. But there's probably at least a couple people on the ship, but there's no way for us to know.
So you said there's 3 people missing, not accounted for, that we don't know were dead, right?
Yes.
And I think like you see Vidra like basically take stock and then like make a decision. Like you see it on her face, and then she says, "Get all of these people as far away from here as you can, safely. Bring all of our supplies. Do not go back on the ship." And then she turns back to where Tamal is and Tulla is, and says, like, "You two, Tulla, you need to go with these people. You're the morale officer, and you're also hurt. Tamal, we need to go to the bridge and set this to self-destruct."
All right, I will follow these orders.
There's
Okay.
no way that we can capture this creature, and if we let it loose on this planet, who knows what will happen. We have to destroy it, even if it means we're stuck here for the rest of our miserable lives.
I can't leave you alone with Tamal. She's more dangerous than the creature.
We'll be fine. And we're just going to the bridge. It's you've been injured and you need to take care of your wounds.
I am the morale officer and the civilian ambassador.
And you can see if Greggy's among the civilians, because I don't know that you found him yet.
I need to make sure Greggy's okay, so I will hobble off, I guess, and follow orders.
Okay. So the two of you...
And I'm just like, as soon as we set the self-destruct, we'll try to get away, like, as far away as we can, but I need to be close enough to make sure that thing doesn't come out. So that might be dangerous. I'm just letting you know I'm not actually anyone's commanding officer. So if you don't want to take part in this, I'll do it myself.
Tamal will like lift up her phaser again, no trigger discipline, and just be like, "I've got your back, commanding officer."
Oh, heck. Okay, so we'll head
Yeah.
for
Can that be Blue Jay merch? Just aw heck.
Aw, heck.
Mug or something cute.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
so you
so we'll go for the
two...
bridge, yeah.
Yes, you head into the ship. Tula, you are kind of mingling
Corralling
amongst
people,
whoever's left.
trying to make
corralling.
sure they're calm, and just letting them know that we've landed. We've all survived. That's great. We're just gonna get away from the ship now. We're just gonna move away and bring all of our supplies with us, and everything's gonna be fine. I also
you see
checked to see
people-
if Greggy is there.
You don't
I
see
almost
Greggy.
forgot. No,
Yeah.
what?
You don't see Greggy, unfortunately. You do see people carrying supplies. You see that remaining engineering officer. He's kind of made himself a little area, and he's working on... He kind of took whatever communications items, any like pieces, anything that he could find, and he's trying his best to assemble something that will allow you to reach out to someone for rescue, if that's even an option. You don't even know.
Was Tula there when Lidra was telling Tamal that the plan is to blow up the ship? Or was that after I left? I go back on the ship to look for Greggy.
No, that was definitely after. You don't know that that's the plan.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
also-
turn around and sneak back on?
Yeah, God help me, put Peter in charge. And I go back onto the ship to look for Greggy using my empath abilities to try to sense, because that's what I was in the process of doing, but then went after Tamal, looking for people who are missing, who others might not be able to find.
Okay. And so you're going a different route than the two of them are going, so they have no idea that you turned around and...
Yeah, I would
Okay.
just, as far as they know, I'm following orders.
Such a rebel. Okay. So, there's a motorcycle or something. Lidra
sorry.
and... That's me being a badass. Lidra and Tamal You make your way back into the ship. You're trying. I mean, you're just moving through more debris, trying to get back to the bridge. I think you left mostly from the bridge, so you know the way to get back on there.
Yeah.
So you head straight for the panel to try and set it up to self-destruct. Is that the plan, or do you also want to go look for people?
Oh no, I like what Lidra's like thought process was like, if we don't get rid of this creature, we're all gonna die anyway. And like, it fucking sucks that 3 people are missing, but out of like 100 or something, like you make command decisions, and hers is just that we don't have time to waste looking for these people. So
Okay.
just pressing the self-destruct button, the giant red button is being mashed.
Okay. Let's say that gives, I don't know, like 5 minutes. Is that normally a self-destruct timer?
So I'm not sure. I think that you can adjust it, but I think 5 minutes is like the regular. I'm probably trying to look for a way to adjust it, but I doubt that I've ever actually set anything to self-destruct before. So
We can
Like,
do a
it's a very-
task.
it's a very tense 5 minutes.
You're so happy.
We could do a task to see if you could make the self-destruct faster. Like if you could figure out how to like.
Yeah, that would be
Which
what
is-
con. I think it's con and reason, because like reason is me like, okay, so what would be the logical way that a computer would be set up for self-destruct, and how would I like bypass it?
Yeah, I'd go for that. Yeah, I agree with that. And we'll just do difficulty of 2 seems fair, because I don't think they would make it like you have to
Really
de-encrypt something. Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah, okay. All right. So that's 14, I think. Let's fucking try. And we still haven't, no one's gotten any momentum.
No, you're still.
Oh.
I still have you at 0.
God
Yeah.
damn it. God
No!
fucking damn.
No, another 20.
Stop.
So
Stop this.
I don't succeed, and there's also a complication.
All right. I don't know what
No,
the
my
complication
gosh.
should be, because
I'm already
I
a
guess,
complication.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
well,
like
and
a lockout, like a computer lockout. Like it's like, no, you can't mess with this anymore.
yeah, I think the complication is just going to be it's at 5 minutes, because if I give you more time, that means Perrin has more time to escape the ship, and if I give you less time, that's more time less time for Tula.
And that's what
So-
I wanted. I think that it makes sense for the complication to be like when you try to unlock your phone too many times and you get locked out. Like now I can't do anything with it. Like I'm locked out. Like if I wanted to
Yeah.
cancel the self-destruct, I can't anymore.
Yeah, so it's just at 5 minutes, and you couldn't decrease it or increase it or do anything, and it's stuck. So you're
That makes sense.
counting
It's a
down from
complication.
5. So you guys probably hightail it out of there, I'm sure. Tula, what are you doing?
I'm looking for a place to like get a good look at the surrounding area around the crash. I'm assuming that it's fairly like clear since we crashed and destroyed everything there. So I'm trying to get a good vantage point so that I can see and like shoot if Perrin gets out.
Okay, yeah, you get a pretty good look of the ship. It's still kind of perched hanging from some trees, but like you said, it kind of cleared out a little area, so you have a pretty open view of the ship. You can't see the back of it, obviously, if she were to go out that way, but you have a pretty good look if she goes to the east-west or towards you. So as good as you're gonna get, I feel like.
Meanwhile, I am racing through the hallways, just trying to get any sense of any other living creatures on this ship aside from Lidra and Tamal.
Okay. You reach out with your telepathy, and you do sense 2 very weak signals coming from what would have been the cafeteria-ish area where you first talked to Greggy.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were hiding there, so I run in that direction.
Okay. You do notice that the more you move throughout the ship, the more difficult the terrain gets, both in debris and in the fact that there's just fungus and mold and everything kind of springing up as you step it's spreading very quickly, almost as if it's like in fast forward, covering the whole ship, decaying it and everything. So you're moving through this kind of sticky, gross train. It's getting on you as you move towards that area. But you do make it there.
Okay. So, and I'm like calling out for Greggy. Mm-hmm. And I even call him by his full name. Gregory? Gregory, are you there?
I was like, is it going to be something weird?
Greggy Damas or something.
Gregarious.
Yeah, gregarious. Oh, that's cute. That's what it is now.
Oh my God, I love it.
Gregarious Talor, are you there?
As you call out his full name, you do feel some sense of recognition instead of just like a weak life sign. So you do feel that that's definitely Greggy. One of them is definitely Greggy.
One of them. Okay. Am I able to figure out where in the cafeteria area he was and put eyes on him?
As you enter, you do see a dark shape kind of sandwiched under a table, and you see Perrin clinging to the ceiling, looking down at him.
I would like to try to run and grapple Greggy, or run and pull him out away from Perrin.
Okay. I don't know if that would be a task in this instance, or because you're not in combat yet. I will say that that would probably put you in a position to be attacked.
I feel like she would do it anyway. So I will do it.
Okay.
Doing it. Okay.
So we'll say that if you go run to grab him, Perrin drops from the ceiling and drops down in to melee attack you.
Oh, okay. Attacking me right away. Gotcha. All right.
Yes. So, daring and security.
My daring is 7. My security is 4. So, I got a 1. So that's 2 successes.
All right. She got 2 successes as well. So
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. So she just.
Your daring is how much?
My daring is 7. My security is 4, so it's 11.
Oh no!
I know, right? It's so close.
I was so close.
So nothing. I guess nothing. She whiffs it. I don't know. She tries and she just misses.
I duck this time.
Ooh,
no, if they both get the same amount, isn't it like they both do damage?
Whose side are you on, Leisha?
I'm sorry. If the target wins the opposed task, there was a thing, right?
Yeah, it says if the target wins the opposed task, then they are considered to have made a successful attack instead, but it doesn't say anything about both of them winning.
Yeah, I don't know where I read this then.
It seems like it would be a thing. Like there's got to be something for both people winning.
For ties, yeah.
Unless it's like
maybe it's something to do with opposed tasks in general.
They both punch at the same time, and it negates it.
I mean, you can't like both. Let's just look at opposed tasks, maybe. Is there a good thing that tasks.
Attempting a task.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna figure this out.
I have to go.
Okay.
What?
I
have to go.
Oh no.
Answer my door. So you guys do this. I'll be right back.
Okay. No,
I have to go. Somebody's at my door. I tried to do the Discord, but nobody's there.
Okay, I did find it though. 282, it says draw. No outright winner between the target and their attacker. So what happens now? Could the player character succeed at a cost, maybe gaining a personal complication, or does something unexpected happen? So that's what it has there for that. It's on page 282.
Maybe succeed at a cost.
Yeah, you can, if you want to give me one more point of threat, I will allow you to succeed in attack instead.
Should I do it?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, yes. As I am like sliding across the floor to get to Greggy, I duck under Perrin and I like sweep my leg and try to hit her with my leg instead. So I do an attack?
Yes.
Okay, so I just rolled I just rolled damage then. 5d6. Oh, those fours. All right, but 3 damage. Hurts.
You kind of, I guess you don't sweep her legs because it doesn't knock her down or anything, but you do a little bit of damage and she kind of jumps back a little bit, moves back. So you do have the opportunity to grab Greggy and try and move away.
I would like to grab Greggy. How's he doing? How you doing, Greggy? Gregarious?
He's semi out of it. He's barely conscious. So he's not really answering you, but he is alive.
All right. Well, I grab him.
If there's any speakers here, the ship always announces when it's going to self-destruct. So you definitely heard that.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like at this point it's probably like self-destruct in 4 minutes. It's probably been a minute, I think.
All right. Then I am dragging Greggy out of the room, and I do a beep boop, and I say, fearless leader, Captain Lidra? Is there any way that we can... Okay, well, that's nice. Anyway, is there any way that we could slow this self-destruct you have going on the ship? I'm yelling into my comm badges and running with Greggy.
Did you get... I told you to go with all... God damn it, Tulla.
There was a complication and Gregarious was not... I'm sorry. Officer Greggy, as you know him, was not on the ship. And I got him, and that's fine. And I'm on my way out. It would just be great if there was some way to extend it. Or are you not on the ship anymore?
We're not on the ship. We're not on the ship, but...
Okay.
You have 4 minutes now, and if you can't get Greggy out, then get yourself out. That's an order.
Leaving Talur behind is not an option. I've done that before, and I'll never do that again.
Tulla.
And I rip my comm badges off both really dramatically and throw them on the ground. Okay, I'm trying to run off the ship and outrun Perrin and drag my nephew off.
Okay, I feel like I want to do like just a strength check of some sort for this, rather than keeping us in the combat rules.
No, fitness, yeah. Fitness and security, probably.
All right.
Or if you're trying to like, command him to like drag his sorry ass off of...
I would love to do that.
Yeah, he can move. He's like in and out of it, but it's like if you put an arm around him, he can still semi-support himself. So
I'm doing that, and I'm like,
then if you're like, get off here, we got to get out of here. The ship's gonna
like one foot in front of the other. The ship is about to self-destruct. You've got this. And what is the difficulty for this task?
We'll say 3, but I will allow you to roll an extra d20 because Greggy's kind of like
helping.
Yeah, I guess I'd consider that helping. He's kind of weighing you down more than anything, but he's coming to. He's starting to move. He's at least like noticing what's going on.
Since I'm using command, would you say persuasion as a focus to try to get him to move faster would be appropriate?
Yeah, that's more appropriate. Yeah.
Okay. So my fitness is 8, my command is 5, so I needed a 13 or lower.
Okay, so you got it.
Got it. In fact, I got 4 successes because the 4 counts as 2.
Yeah, because of the 4.
So 1 goes into momentum.
Yay, you have a momentum. Okay, so Karen is kind of hanging back. It seems like she just wants to go hide again. You definitely have damaged her. She's still functioning fine, but she just wants to go recover. So she's not chasing you or anything. You make it through the ship. At this point, it's probably 3 minutes to self-destruct. Lidra, did you stay outside of the ship?
I feel like there's a conflict, but she knows that the most important thing is to make sure that Perrin doesn't get out. So, like, she trusts that Tola will take care of herself, and if she doesn't, then I guess that's one less person to treat in the medical bay all the time.
Hey!
Damn, cold! Oh my god.
I just saw you
okay.
succeed on that roll, okay? So I'm not going back in the show. Metagaming, I'm not leaving.
So you keep moving through, and I won't make you do another check. You make it out. Perrin is nowhere to be seen. You don't know if she's in the ship or if obviously she wasn't a concern. Like, keeping eyes on her was not a concern. So you make it out before the self-destruct sequence initiates.
Can it be like right before? Like, super dramatic. Like we leap.
Super badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
I would like to be carrying Greggy in my arms at this point, like a baby.
Oh, look at that.
Except he's a grown-ass man. Grown-ass beta Z.
He's like, stop it, Grandma. You jump away, and this ship just explodes, just goes up in flames. Tamal is there with you. Yes, you'll shield. Tamal's there with you, but she had to leave because their dishwasher's getting fixed. So she's here in spirit right now. And as the smoke is kind of going up into the sky and everything, and the flames are burning, you see a dark shape kind of come through the smoke, and the Defiant lands over next to the ship.
Oh, thank God.
And that's where we'll stop for the night.
Oh my goodness.
The Defiant definitely can't carry all of these civilians, but it can at least get the important people out, and that's the PCs. So fuck the city.
The PCs and Greggy will leave Peter with all his friends.
Just be like, Peter, take care of everyone. We'll come back for you, and then just never
come back. That sounds great. Perfect. Good. All right. Well, cliffhanger. My love, Julian, will come tomorrow, I guess. Next week, or whatever.
Yeah, next week. So we'll deal with why they're there, because they probably shouldn't be, because you're all still infected.
Julian's in love with me, okay?
Okay. Please. But yeah,
so that is like Peter will cure everyone by the time you get back.
It's probably
Peter fanboys.
I would say that because it's probably my brother. Is it Briscoe County
3?
Yeah, that's my brother, and he just loves Peter.
Your brother thinks that Peter is the worst. Excuse me. We all agree.
Peter's terrible. You see what he said to me? Peter is awful.
He's the worst. But yeah, thank you, everyone. We're getting close to the end.
Everyone should go follow Twitty Such because she looks so sad in her Frozen picture.
I love it.
Everyone,
we're shout outs for her.
Send her good dishwasher thoughts.
Yes. You can find her at Twitty Such, TWITTYSUCH, on anything, everywhere. She likes to knit, and my camera just froze, which is great.
I'm gonna sit really still so I look frozen too, because I feel left out.
Everyone can be frozen.
This is awesome TV, you guys.
You've had an interesting night, everyone.
Anyway, I'm back now, I hope.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Anyway, she also does Trapped in the Birdcage on Thursday nights on twitch.tv/D&D. And I think Hell's Bells is over,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So that's over. That's the stuff that she does. She wrote, no, that's you, Kayla. She's just great. That's all I've got. I was confusing her with you. I was like, she wrote this comic, and no, she did not write a comic.
We're the same person. She also does Bramblefoot Adventures with me.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is. I knew there was something.
Yeah. So if you join, we're just now kind of getting into November. It's been it's the holidays. It's nuts. But yeah, Bramblefoot Adventures, good all ages D&D content that we work on together. And then Blue Jay, where can you be found, and what do you do?
I do absolutely fuck all. I'm kidding. I'm very busy. But you can find me doing that at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712. And you can find all my role-playing stuff at bluejay.tv/portfolio.
Ooh. And Lisa.
Oh, we're whispering. Why? I feel like I have to whisper now, but I can't do the whole thing in whispers. Sorry. I'm Lisa Chen. You can find me on Twitter at MercifulDM. I am the community manager for the Adventurers League, also the Dungeon Masters Guild. And I write a bunch of D&D stuff like Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which just came out. Awesome. And I also have 2 adventures that just came out recently on the Dungeon Masters Guild, one called Purging the Blood, and the other one called Blades of Terror. And both of them have awesome maps made by Kayla. So if you're not getting them for my sake, check out Kayla's work. It's awesome. Speaking of...
Yes, those were fun. I had never done maps before. So if anybody needs a map, you should ask me because they're fun, and I enjoyed it very much. But yes, I do art, and you can find me at the name that's under my face. I do Bramblefoot with Hadil. I do maps for Lisa, or whatever her beautiful self needs. I would do whatever Blue Jay needs to. If she ever needs art, I'm here for you, for life. And I do Trash Witch Coven with Holly. We come out with lots of witchy clothing items for your life, and you definitely need them. It's etsy.com/Trash and I came out with a script comic, a little short one called Samhain. You can purchase that via links on my Twitter, and also I do other stuff that'll be revealed very soon, and it's great and fun, good art times. And that's it for me. This is the only game I'm playing right now, so it's the only time to see my face. But thanks everyone. This was fun, especially the beginning when I laughed so hard that I cried.
It was great. It was excellent. My absolute pleasure. Anyway, live long and prosper, I guess. Everybody?
Yes.
Good night. Dad, save us.
Bye. Dad, we're breathing.